Hey people, Kate Slink here. How are we doing? So we're going to be looking at Mason. I'm a bit late to the party. He's been out for some weeks now. The event has finished, so a lot of people have got him. So I just thought I'd go through kind of my opinion on him. We're going to look at a bit of like his skills as a kind of level 30 to a legendary. Also got like a new feature that I'm going to start doing with every character, and I'm going to go back on some old characters just for a bit of fun. We've got like a one turn, one punch kind of championship, but we'll go through that shortly. But before we carry on with the video, I've got a nice code to give out, and it's Slink is back. You're going to get 20 Blackstone and 5 Neurothrope shards. This expires Wednesday the 15th of May, so you've only got a week. If you're watching this video in the future, this code would have expired, so just to warn you that now. And this is just to say a big thank you to everyone that's welcomed me back, everyone that's stuck with me, subscribed back to my channel, who's carried on subscribing to my channel. Just a big thank you. So this is my code. I'll have lots more codes to come in the future and more competition, so keep an eye on for that. So what we're here for is Mesa. So we're going to go have a quick look at his skills. He has got the Blessings of Corn. Now this is, I think it's going to run through the whole faction, which I hope so, because this is a sweet stat. So deals 3% more damage and receives 8% less physical psychic damage, I'm going to say, for each unit that was defeated in melee. This battle counts up to a maximum of 8 defeated units. That is such a great kind of faction trait to have, and if this carries on through the whole faction, someone like Khan with this trait is going to be absolutely crazy. I wish they kind of redid some of the other traits for the factions. I wished if every faction had its whole complete kind of trait like this, because this is going to be pretty sweet, and it's really handy for this guy. He also has Resilient, which everyone knows. If he takes any lethal damage, he's not killed. Basically, he'll go down to 1 health unless he's overkilled. So we're going to have a look at him at Epic, 1 star. So this is at level 30 across the board. So he's got his Jackal Stims. So he deals 4 times damage, which is 531 to 765. Physical damage to adjacent enemy and all of enemies adjacent to both Mesa and the target. So it's really great, kind of like a blast kind of damage for everyone around. He will lose some health, which we'll see shortly, which kind of really does help him. And also he's able to attack immediately again, so it's kind of like a double attack, which is pretty sweet. His Skull Smasher, so he deals at the moment level 30 plus 48 damage for each 10% of his maximum health. He's missing, which is pretty great. If Mesa has defeated an enemy in this battle, enemies he attacks become stunned, which is, again, it's a great skill. And his kind of base stats there is 712 for his damage, 296 is at level 30, and his health is at 2136 with his chain of 3 and a movement of 3. So at level 30, which I think most free-to-play players you could get quite easily, he's pretty decent, especially when you're fighting enemies at this kind of level. Now, if we look at the jump to him in legendary, now this is him completely maxed out level 50. You can see the physical damage really does jump up there for the stims, and also the Skull Smasher is plus 200 damage for each 10% health. His stats, again, what a jump just by extra 20 levels. As you can see there, it just goes up, well, nearly quadruples the damage, up to 2,874. His armor is 1,102, which ain't bad for a guy with like no top on, and his health is 8,624. So all in all, this guy, he can hit pretty hard. When I first kind of seen his stats and his skills, I wasn't too sure. I was like a bit, he's okay. But the more I've kind of had a play with him and seen on the battlefield, in the right scenario, this guy can hit pretty hard. Okay, now we're going to look at this guy in action, just to show you a bit of a tutorial of what he's like on the battlefield and just some of the skills that he has. Like I said, I'm pretty impressed on how well he can actually do. So we're going to start the video here. I will pause it in points just to point out. So at the moment you can see I've got him with Isabella, which I'll show you in a minute why I think Isabella will be quite great with this guy in certain modes for sure. So if you have a look now as a basic kind of hit, at the moment you're looking at 471 there damage to Afana, 226 on Bellator, and Fad 432, which will make more difference because we're going to attack Fad now and then just see the damage increase just by using them stims and losing that bit of health. So we're going to go for the attack now using the stim, and then we're going to go to our next move just so we can see the damage extra there. So you can see how it's jumped up. At the moment it's 874 and Afana 548. Just by losing that 25% health, it's just increased so much more. But now what we'll do is we'll kind of get them to attack him back just so we can drop a bit more health, and then we can just see the true potential that this guy can really do. So we go for Bellator there, and then we're going to move and just see the damage now. So we end the turn there and look at the damage. It is literally overkill damage time now. I mean, it is low risk, high reward, as I say in my video title, because he's at such a low level now. If in the real world, if other people have fought him, do you know what I mean? There's a good chance that you're going to kill him. So you're going to have to be in that situation where you've got someone like Isabella on backup just to kind of get some health back into him. But we'll go for the attack now on Bellator because we could just plain kill him now. And then what I can do is get Isabella to move in, give him some health, and then it was just stack him up. So we come in there. If I go for the kill, it doesn't kill him, leaves him on his 1% because they're resilient. And now if you see the crazy damage back, it's just going to kill him outright. Like so. Overkill. And now this is where you need like Isabella to come in, give him a bit of health, just to try and get back up the battlefield. So now you're able to move. Show Sills like, I don't think so, I'm going to give you a shot. Bang. Took it on the chin. Now we can move up, kill, crazy damage, get Isabella behind and heal up. And that kind of process, I think in something like the legendary events will be pretty good. Arena, tournament arena, and also war. I do think this guy is in certain modes has got some great potential just for like being that kind of, like I say, just pushing through the battlefield, getting healed up, pushing through the battlefield, getting healed up. But it's, as I've said again, it's that high risk, high reward kind of payout, because if you lose too much health and the enemy have still got time to attack, then yeah, it's going to be game over. You're going to lose him pretty quick. So it's kind of timing with this guy, but yeah, it's true potential. He can hit hard when in the right spot. And now for my new mode, one turn, one punch, is what I'm going to start doing with kind of every character going forward. And also I'm going to go back on some of the old characters, just for a bit of fun, a bit of stats, just to see like the potential what they've got. And literally it is one turn, one punch. So they're being buffed by Calgar, Eldron and Fana at the same level every time. So I've done them at like Epic 30-30 and also Legendary max 50-50, in kind of, as you can see, like from 5 attempts, and over them 5 attempts I've done like an average of that hit. And it was really interesting to see, as you can see there, from like the second attempt, do you know what I mean, as Epic, he had 2 dud hits, and this was kind of like the same every time. I didn't do anything different, and it's what I'm going to do again, say going forward with other champs, kind of like keep Calgar, Eldron at the same level, and then get that new character or that old character just to see the potential that it can do. On average, as Epic, as you can see there, he did 1,568.4 damage against Typhus, and Legendary he did 11,498, which was basically killing Typhus but leaving him at his 1% for the resilient. So he more or less didn't kill him, but he didn't overkill him. But the stats as a damage, you can see, were pretty sweet. Some of them hits were pretty big. So he was able to take Typhus on quite well. Just because he was resilient, he didn't kill him. So it was really interesting to do. And like I said, this is something I'd like to kind of do for a bit of fun. Please don't read too much into the stats. Do you know what I mean? It goes on averages. I did it over 5 attempts purely because sometimes, as you know, the RNG, the attack can be different so many times. So it's just an average. And over 5 attempts, the numbers could be different. But hey, it's just for a bit of fun. And then what I'm going to do then is obviously put them onto like a leaderboard of rankings along with other ones. At the moment it's only Mesa in the Epic League and Legendary League. That's #1, but it'd be interesting. I've kind of had to play with it with some of the characters to see roughly where they're going to be. And it's going to be interesting to see. Like I say, one turn, one punch. That's all I've got, just to see what kind of punch they can do in that time that's needed. So hope you enjoyed this video. Please don't forget to check out some of my other videos, and also hit that like and subscribe button on your way out. Take care. Bye bye.